go ahead and meet our beautiful crew here again. So sorry, my dryer is done. I'm gonna go in the order as I see people in video because I don't have the stream up. And I'm gonna start with Casey. Casey, will you tell us who you are and who you're playing tonight? And like,
Hey,
what happened? What happened to Dredge last time? I'll get you all to give a little description
oh,
of your
okay.
characters
Yeah.
last session.
How y'all doing? My name is Casey. I play Dredging Deep. I am a wood. I'm gonna just say wood spirit because I don't have the actual player book up right now with my stuff in it. What happened to me is that Taylor sent me down to the deepest, darkest parts of the sea.
I didn't.
Okay, I did it to myself. Um, Taylor sent me to the place that I legitimately dread myself, which is where my creature comes from, which is the deep of the wild seeds, where soil, where you touch soil, where you literally touch grass, but instead of feeling good about your life, it's a hellscape of death and destruction that sent me into a spiral, and I lost my friend Ruby and my brother, and I have the captain on my back, and I panicked and started clawing my way out.
Wonderful. Let's then go again. I'm just going by my view here and go over to Gavin.
Hi, I'm Gavin. I play Quario Luigi. My character is stuck in the past, but is forgetting if it's his present. And he's trying to figure out what's what. And something just seems wrong. And we have a Minnesota pirate cohort co-op
I'm
member.
so glad you reminded me that he had that accent.
Oh yeah, no,
I
don't worry.
appreciate
I would have
you.
I would have reminded you. Don't worry about that.
Don't you know?
Oh, that's so good.
No. All right, let's then go over to Nick.
Hi, I'm Nyx. I play Indigo, the Steep. Basically your friendly neighborhood tea making mushroom. And my character made this glorious feast for our new friends and celebrating Dredge and Quario's hunt. And then when they went off to explore this shipwreck that we were kind of looking for, they didn't come back. And so with my new co-parent of the family ship, we jumped on board, and I was immediately separated and figured out, oh, I'm dead, and people have forgotten about me, and they got rid of my babies. And so I'm going to haunt this new Steep who's not doing their job and doesn't know how to make tea. All she knows how to do is make biscuits, and it hurt my feelings. And then my co-parent, the real co-parent, showed up and was like, it's going to be okay. So I'm prepared to cry or to hug someone. One of the two, probably both. And
At the same time.
If I look distracted, it's because I'm also streaming on my stream. I am painting. You will still be able to hear everything, but I want you all to stay here because everybody's awesome. And let's face it, the facial expressions that you see in between us talking is priceless.
Let's then go over to Holly.
Hey, I'm Holly. I am playing Dryo Campo Ruby Kunda. Everybody calls her Ruby. I am the Clash, which means I really like to Clash. I did it again. Sorry. In my head, I was listening to the Clash. I'm real sorry. I knew it was going to happen. I am the Crash, which means I like to blow things up. There we go. But last time, Ruby also got pulled into this. Ruby is not doing well. Ruby is, I think she feels like something's not right, but she can't tell. And she sees visions of her sister and is talking to her sister, and her sister is asking her why she left. And Ruby's sister already knows why she left. So yeah. And so yeah, and it keeps it's pulling Ruby under. Everyone else is like clawing their way out. Ruby's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Gonna be
Last but not
fine.
least, Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. I play Drake Cabot, who is the navigator, who is so good at navigating. He rolled so well and actually ended up not getting super lost, which was the his greatest fear and what Taylor tried to inflict on him in
I
last
didn't do
episode.
anything. I'm not in
Uh-huh.
this game. What are you talking about? Do
Yeah,
I have a
and I had
name?
9
Do I
hugs.
have a character? No.
Yeah. He is the co-parent who has recently found our our soul-crushed steep, and yeah, in the process of reconnecting to the world around him.
Wonderful. Well, then I guess let's just get into it. With all of those little character recaps, y'all are pretty caught up on where we were in the moment. 1 second. Not that I have to roll dice, but I want to have a little dice a chance here to see where we start. All right, we start with Dredge.
Oh, lovely. Well, the last thing I remember, Koya was able to snap me back because I came back and we're like
You were
yeah.
listening. You were doing your little affirmations, trying to ignore as something was singing to you. You heard the chant of something from the deep trying to call you home, warn you. Who knows? But it was plaguing you to block it out. You remembered the captain, remembered your family. You needed to get out of here. You had to save Ruby. You had to save the captain. And then there was a little bit of a light. And that pull that as iron bounds with your more magical soul, you could kind of feel was something, and felt like your brother. As you claw your way up, you hear from below you, "Don't go."
I look back.
You see sitting on a branch like a person. Aren't they? Look malnourished. Their clothes are ragged. You almost, it doesn't even fully look like they're looking at you, as everything is so dark down here anyway, but it looks like they're just focusing on movement and a light.
Taylor.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'll look back at the tree. It's like, I have to get out. I have to rescue my people. I have to rescue my captain.
No.
I can't.
Where are we?
The deep.
No, we're not. No, we're not. That's no.
Taylor, I want to use my ironbound. I want to be able to. What do I have? My chains. Let me look at my thing. And this is a human, right? The Arnants are humans.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Where is it? Grappling chains, and I want to snatch them up and put them on my back. And it's like, so I'll use my. I think I'm gonna use my. I want to use Grace because I don't want to hurt him, and I want to use my hack. So that's 3, And then grapple chains, quickly find and purchase spark, treat the conflict as a triumph when traversing the sea. And then, yeah, so 3? Yeah, 3. 3 dice.
Okay.
Alright, dice, be nice to me. Marvel wasn't. 1, a 5, and a 2.
Okay. You are able to pretty easily kind of reach your chain down and kind of wrap it around their waist. There is a bit of surprise, as again, it doesn't seem like this person can really see very well. You can see that they're like clutching a lantern that's long since been dead, as they've just been kind of sitting here. And so there's a little bit of resistance for a moment until they kind of like realize that it's you helping. But in the process, for a complication here, with it being the just 6 or is 5 and 6? 4 or 5 is what the complication, yeah? Or conflict? Yeah. Let me get out my beautiful GM screen. They do let out a very hoarse, very choked, but echoing kind of yell in both surprise and pain. And you start to hear the sounds of things skittering in the distance.
Shit. What's this person look like as I'm grappling them up?
Yeah, you're pulling them up, and like you can, like I said, they're not fighting much if they even could. Like it's just the weakest kind of like grab that they have on as they finally kind of drop that lantern that's long since dead. And yeah, they look, pale, probably just normally, but even more so for being here. Very, very kind of gaunt features, but very non-binary, very descript. But very sharp kind of features. And like I said, their eyes like don't look like they can like super focus on anything, but they're very, very droopy, very, very haggard. Their hair and stuff is ratty, but it's not like they've been here for years, like kind of growing long or anything, but it's very unkempt, as well as like the clothing. So you can see bruises and scrapes all over them. Their kind of arms and legs and such. They're missing one shoe at this point. But they will kind of grab hold of you very, very weakly, but as much as they can. Kind of on
I scoop them up because I'm in my war form. And the backpack that I've had the captain in, I want to open that up and be like, listen, I need you to be quiet. I'm going to get us out of here. Okay. And I'll put them in my back, and I want to try to use my ironbound, and I want to emit inside that a low glow. That way they have time, and maybe some of my and like some of my sap that I have, my healing spit sap stuff, just kind of drips down on them so they can start recovering. And because of that, I want to double my effort now, because now not only do I have the captain, I have this innocent soul, and I got to get out of here. Like, as I make myself more complicated.
Absolutely. Yeah. You are continuing to just now get closer and closer and closer. And you do, like I said, you can hear kind of those just different little noises off in the distance as things seem to be kind of closing in on your general area, though thankfully you didn't roll disaster, so they are not close enough that they're catching up to you yet.
Okay.
As we will switch over to Oreo. You were last talking to Dredge and our
I was like meditating, kneeling to try and like sense out the scent, because I see that Dredge is like quote unquote alive, but is not quite right, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I'm a captain. I'm not.
You're the captain. Dredge is the captain, and this is your ship, your crew of Karsus, Flagrant, Joomb, and Kevin, or Kev, just Kev.
That's right. I forgot about Jumb.
Jumb.
I definitely forgot. I love that.
And yeah, you're focusing it, and I would say you are starting to kind of feel a bit of dredge, like the kind of that energy getting like closer, but it's clearly not from this form that you are like in front of. And I would say you especially kind of having a little bit more of like the more like kind of metaphysical connection in some of these areas. Like you can feel like a very odd kind of frequency between like you and what you recognize as dredge coming, as there's just kind of like a little just like wavy, almost force field vibe in between y'all. But he's coming closer and closer as June walks over like, Wario, that was some real interesting. Y'all two are just quite the team. I'm real glad you've taken over this ship for us. You know, it wasn't so great when John ran the place. I mean, that guy, he didn't know north from south, up from down. Don't know how he became a captain.
Do I remember John at all?
Yeah. John, you know stories of John. I don't think you probably met him, but yeah, you remember like y'all came in after they had been kind of in port for a hot minute without any sort of captain or drive, and y'all swooped in, gave him a purpose.
Jumb, I have a very important question.
Oh yeah, what can I do for you, bud?
Tell me a memory about me that you have.
Okay.
The most impactful moment you have ever had with me. And he has now started to lower from levitating, and now his feet are on the ground and very close.
Oh yeah. Well, you know, there was that one time. There was that one time that you gave me a bottle of water when I was real thirsty. He didn't need the water, so he gave it to me. That was real nice. You know.
Was it that one time at band camp?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't like my brain. Okay, so Quario is going to put his hand on Jumb, and he's going to let out the lightning bolts to just fry him. Unless I remember specifically this moment of me giving him a water bottle.
Oh yeah, you remember giving him a water bottle in this room, in this exact place that you're standing right now.
No, I'm gonna still fry him. That doesn't seem right.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that combat? I don't know what that mechanically means, but I want to fry fucking Jumb.
Jumb is standing here in a polo and khakis, nothing to help himself. You know, he's just hanging out.
With his fucking Sperry's on. Like
they're boat shoes.
I love it.
The dude from Minnesota rocking boat shoes. Yeah.
Hey man,
Wait.
land of 1,000 lakes.
Land of 1,000 lakes.
Land of 1,000 lakes, and the Mississippi's right there.
Thank you so much, Casey.
Somewhere there's just some basic ass white guys in Sperry's and a khaki and a polo with his ears ringing currently, and he doesn't know why they're burning.
Every Corvette owner ever.
But you how does it look when you kind of just discharge that? Is it just lightning bolt or like
Usually it looks like lightning bolts.
Mm-hmm.
But what this is going to be is like it'll start smelling like ozone, and you actually won't see anything. Like anyone looking at won't see anything because it's just direct contact. But you'll just kind of see these start smelling burn marks and like grounding marks as it goes just immediately down and melts his poor Sperry's.
You put your hand on Jumb and Oh, well, but thinking it's gonna be real comforting, as you unleash this energy and the whole room shakes. Like everything quakes. It almost looks like things even go in and out of focus for a moment. But you notice it goes just straight through him. Like there is no conductor in him.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
And he smiles at you.
Okay. Thank you, June. That was a very impactful moment for me as well. Do you still have that water bottle?
Oh yeah, he just reaches behind him and grabs it like a video game character that just an endless fucking inventory. It's just there.
Oh.
I refill. This is the only one I use now.
Can you go hide it in a very safe spot? I have an idea.
I'm trying to steal my water bottle.
Mm-hmm. I think it's my brother too, so you need to get it away.
Well, but if it's the
Don't tell
captain, shouldn't I
know.
let him? Because he's our captain.
No, this is a game I do with my brother. He wants things, but just to keep him in check, because we don't want captains with too big of an ego. We just kind of mess with him a little bit.
Okay. Can do that. Yeah.
So
all right.
Just go as far away from the captain quarters as we're right now.
Okay. Can do. And I'll start to kind of scurry off. It looks like he's got a purpose. He's looking around to make sure that Dredgen isn't looking. He gets to the door and he kind of stops and he looks back at you, Corio. By the way.
Mm-hmm.
Dredgen's getting closer, and you don't think you're gonna make it out of this one, bud. And he walks through the door and it shuts behind him.
This motherfucker here.
All right. I knew it.
He's gonna.
Okay. So, I'm in the captain's quarters or in the engine room?
I think it was kind of the whole, just the general area where everyone hangs out, kind of a main area down in there.
All right. I think I'm going to head out as well. And do I still have that metaphysical feeling of where the Dredgen is coming up to me from?
Yeah. And it still feels very, very much like up and getting closer faster and faster.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Wait, it's coming up to me? Okay. Yeah. So it's below me. Okay.
Yeah.
Are we hovering? Are we flying? Are we parked in a tree?
Yeah. So you open up the door and you find yourself in the same room, just on the other side of it, about 10 feet down.
Okay. I think Quario is how far is the edge? You said about 10 feet.
Well, so you were in this room,
mm-hmm.
The we'll say main area. You walked out at the door and you came back into this room just from the other side, Scooby-Doo style.
Oh,
yeah. Just 10 feet down in the room. And Kev is sitting there with a deck of cards. Want me to deal you in?
No.
All right.
I'm gonna open the door. I'm gonna put my arm through it. What do I see? What do I feel?
You watch as the other door opens up and you see your little fingies. But in between, it almost feels like Jello. It's just a little thicker, a little wavy.
Why don't so I'm gonna is Dredge still in here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go talk to Dredge. Casey, do you want to play him or
yeah, I got it. Yeah, so I'm the captain. So let me get in captain mode. Okay.
Yeah, captain mode. Get your right. Yeah, get your hat on. Or sunglasses. No. That works too. All right. we've been cooped up in here for a little bit, don't you think?
I mean, we gotta make this plan, man. We gotta get this cash. Whatever
That's right.
passes us.
That's right. But we deserve a little downtime. And you know what we haven't done in a long time?
What is that?
We haven't raced in a long time.
Oh, after I beat you the last time.
Well, I think you're misremembering that because I flew faster than you could vine whip.
Let's go race.
Okay. Let's go outside.
Holy shit, Casey! I just saw the sunglasses.
And what we'll do is we'll both drop down. No vines. No flying. We'll fall for 10 seconds. And then the first one to get back up after that 10 seconds wins.
Brother, I know you got your whole levitation thing going on, but I was and still am the best hacker on the Wildseas. You really think you're going to beat me?
Yeah.
You never had your levitation. Anybody who's a car fan will know what that means. Anyway, we roll down. Yeah, he'll follow you out there. He's going to...
No,
Taylor allows it.
You lead
all right, yeah. Yep, so... this dredgen will, feel like he's being challenged, is going to go to the edge of the boat.
When the captain opens the door, you see stairs. You go up and you follow behind him to the deck of the boat. Not your boat, not the one that you share with the people on this call, but a small, more sleek, very fast. It seems like maybe more of a infiltration, not salvage kind of vibe. You see on the one of the sides, kind of the captain's quarters, as you come up, that it has the name of the Resolven kind of etched or painted along the side of it.
Which was the name of the ship before, right? That we were chasing?
There were 4. There was the Seabird, the Celeste, which was the one that Dredge had found that was all torn to hell. The Danzig was also missing, and the Resolven was missing.
Okay, cool. Do I still feel like jello or like very kind of thick air, or does it feel different now? That
it feels normal, as normal looking. You still have that energy kind of vibe. And yeah, y'all just walked into the edge and jumping.
Yep. And I'm gonna try and like angle it to wherever I'm feeling the thing coming up towards me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
How would you like to roll to try and aim your fall at your actual brother?
Okay. Let me look at my stuff. Let's go with a little bit of grace. And then, so that's 1. And then sense I have 2, because I'm really trying to hone in on that specific energy. And then I'm going to use my flying ability for 4. And I can only use 1 ability, right?
Correct. Yeah. You can do, you only get up to 2 advantages, and they have to be different things.
And then, okay. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
That's
Go ahead and roll.
I got 2 5s.
Okay. So that is a conflict and a twist here. As you jump off, you see Dredgen, your brother. Wait, no. Not my brother. My brother's not captain. That is. As you jump. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You keep falling. 7, 8, 9, 10. Fake dredging. What is your normal like weapon? As dredging? Is it like a saw? Is it the chains? Kind of what's the like go-to that you use when hacking
Me?
specifically? Yeah. Like what would you like pull out
it
to
was
like
like
slow
a
yourself?
it was a sword, but I think he recently did not upgrade to like a bone berserk
the, like,
style
blades.
sword.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like what I wanted out of that.
You watch as he pulls that off of his back, kind of aiming for a branch that's coming closer. What are you doing? How are you kind of keeping up this ruse or following along with this? Are you still following?
Do I
or are
feel
you
like
gonna
I'm
try
getting
and
closer?
stop? Yes.
I'm going to levitate downwards. So I'm like accelerating myself. So like where it looks like, okay, he's turning on his electricity, he's going to go up. It's actually, no, it's him going down faster.
You continue falling. You turn on your jets. I don't have an idea for a twist we can add in here. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad. It can be good. It doesn't necessarily have to be either. It can be neutral.
He's miraculously out of the thingy.
It's not a twist.
Good try. I appreciate
my
it.
twist, I kind of hate it and love it. I say I shoot past it. So now it's above me. So I'm still not there, but I've gotten too low now. I don't know if I'm still within my own
landed
frame
in
realm.
cactus pulp.
Just bloop.
I'll take that. That sounds very soft, I think. I hope. I'm also ironbound, so
It's sticky.
I can deal with sticky.
You fall. And you don't see anything, just trees and branches and little creatures here and there. It seems in whatever space you're in, you were close to the tangle. You're not very deep in the ship. It might have been, just below the waves, which would be normal for such a small, sneaky vessel, maybe trying to like come in on something they're not supposed to. So they kind of submarine a bit. And then you feel that energy getting closer and closer and closer. And then it passes you and it's further up as you start to slow yourself. But our conflict is you look over as Fake Dredgen now has that saw on the edge of a tree and is sliding down, keeping with you.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
As then we'll switch over to Indy and Drake. You are on your ship, but not your ship. It looks like your ship, but it's not your ship. And Drake, not the real Drake, the fake one, has noticed you, looked at you both, and angrily said, "You don't belong here."
Like hell he doesn't. He's the only good thing here.
Ooh, how do I want to respond to that? I'm going to draw my pistol.
The exact same movement, he mirrors you. You draw with your right out of the holster, he draws with his left out of the holster. So it's just nose to nose.
And I'm going to say, I belong anywhere I damn well please.
You
We
tell
both
him.
know that's not true.
Can I sneakily go around to the kitchen area and grab a utensil of some kind, preferably some kind of pan?
Absolutely. You will walk in and now see I forgot what our new fake name was for the char, if it had
I think
one.
her name was Alice.
Single douche? Oh, Alice is better.
Yeah, that sounds all right.
Wow.
Only by a little.
You see Alice and Ruby still sitting and kind of standing in the same spots that you had saw them earlier when you came in. It almost looks like they just kind of hit play as soon as you come in, like they've been in the exact same kind of position. But then they both stop and slowly turn and look at you.
Hi, I'm not dead, bitches.
Are you sure? Says
Oh,
both of
yeah.
them at the same time in the same voice. That is
Yeah.
neither their voices.
Yeah, now I really know I'm not dead. And
How?
and you're in big trouble if you don't let us out of here.
How do you know you're not dead?
I have confidence that I am not dead.
Hmm.
Are you?
Yes. And no.
You might be. I think you're a figment of somebody's imagination. You're just ugly. Ruby would never forget me.
They're
You are a
both
figment.
talking in the exact same voice at the exact same time looking at you. Like it's some weird shining
I
twin shit.
I understand.
Okay.
Ruby would never forget me. So whatever this this must be what it's like to hallucinate. I don't know. But whatever this is, I'm not buying it. You either let us go or we fight our way out. And it won't be pretty if we do the second.
You want to go somewhere else?
I want to go back to my ship with my people. And I want off this ride right now. I want all of my people back on my ship right now.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, it's going to happen whether you like it or not. Now, you can either help us out and we go our separate ways. I don't know what you all are doing and what you're feeding on, but it certainly isn't what we use for our engines.
Are you
Or,
sure?
oh, I'm positive.
Isn't it just dreams, memories, thoughts? If it's enough to power a ship, isn't it real?
It feels different. This
Because
is
they're not your
our
dreams
ship.
this time.
Oh, really? Then whose dreams are they? Who is dreaming about me not existing? Because I have a few words I'd like to say to them.
They're not dreaming it, they just sense it. They show you what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell what I'm thinking right now?
Yes, but I'm not real. You can't hit me.
Oh, but it would feel so good if I could. So, what kind of arrangement do we need to get myself, my crew member that's in the other room, and all the others that are probably in their own little nightmares off of this ride?
That's not for me to decide.
Well, then take me to whoever it is.
Okay. Everything goes dark, Indy, and you feel yourself plummeting.
Indy's fucking angry right now, so this is fine.
Drake, what you doing? As mirror you and standing there.
I am gonna I think Drake is gonna test their motion, so he's gonna tilt his head to the right and see how the other
It
Drake
tilts to the
reacts.
left, right? Whatever. It mirrors.
Mirrors. Yeah.
I can't brain.
He's gonna raise the gun and point up. Raise the gun and point down. He's gonna shoot. And is there a hole on my side of the ground?
Oh, you're shooting down?
Yeah, at the ground.
Yeah. Do you think there would
there
be
a
a
hole
hole in
on-
the ground?
Oh, yeah, I'm shooting the ground.
Yeah.
Is there a hole on his side of the ground?
Absolutely.
Because I don't think there would be a hole on his side of the ground.
That's okay. You think there's a hole on your side, so therefore he thinks there's a hole on his side.
Drake's gonna walk over, like they're gonna walk towards each other, and try to put his hand out and see if it.
Are you having fun with this Freaky Friday stuff? I can keep going as long as you want to.
Fun is an interesting word. Can I ask you a question?
You're going to.
Why are you creating this? Or rather, if you're not creating, why is this illusion being created?
Well, I'm not. Get that straight. We're not. You and I, we're not big enough to be in that kind of power yet. But somebody needs energy. And what provides better energy than your brains working to solve these puzzles? Your fear making you overthink. Your caring making you wonder and worry about each other. And honestly, you do most of the work. I mean, your memories are quite intact.
Drake is just going to sit down, close his eyes, turn his brain off, go into a meditative state.
Okay. How would you like to try and shut everything out here?
Oh, okay. So sharps, probably, right? I think that's the most. Sense is probably a good one as well. Glances, insight, intuition, right? What else? I don't know if I could get. Is navigating or moving to enclosed areas? Do you think it would be fair for me to argue that I feel like I'm in a mentally enclosed area? And so trying to mentally navigate out of this box that I'm being confined into would allow me to use tunnel-wise?
I'll allow it this time.
Cool. I don't think I really have anything else that's beneficial. So I'll do that. But because you're being so generous, conflicts are triumphs for this role. Ooh, double threes. I got a 4 as my highest roll.
Okay.
I got 2 3s and a 2.
Okay, so then the conflict turns to a triumph and you have a twist.
Okay.
You how do you get into this mindset? You sit down, close your eyes. What kind of goes through your brain as you are trying to push everything out?
You said you sit down. I sit down in my thinking chair and think. I
don't know.
Blisters.
Oh,
thank
okay.
you. Because when we use our minds and take a step at a time, we can do anything that we want to do. Okay. I think he's going to
rent free.
Yeah. I think Drake is just gonna picture almost like a desert island surrounded by a completely and totally calm sea. Sun shining, waves lapping on the island, little palm tree keeping him shade, like the stereotypical deserted island you know. One coconut on the ground, one coconut in the tree, and he's just gonna sit
I
there.
hear Tahiti is nice this time of year.
Yeah, right. Just sit there and vibe. Miraculously has like a pina colada pop up in his hand, takes a sip. Just in that, like, in his happy place, which is this unknown, undiscovered area that he's getting to enjoy as part of, you know, what's his mental exploration into his self.
You focus in on that, and the
It's a frozen pina colada. Like, I want to be very clear. Like, it's getting frosty.
oh my gosh, can y'all imagine? I'm sorry, my brain ADHD. This is going to be a fun day. We're in the Wildsea with these mile-high giant trees. What is like an apple tree or a coconut? Like, are the apples like fucking massive, or is there just a ton of normal size apples all over the tree?
Ooh.
It can be whatever you choose.
I feel like it would be proportional.
Here's my theory, okay? So it's like blueberries. So the higher they are,
I love
they're
it.
bigger. They're bigger and they have more flesh to them. But the closer to the ground they are and the smaller they are, the more intense flavor they have.
Ooh,
I like it.
That is my theory. And so, you know, if you risk it for the biscuit, you get some really sweet rewards.
You risk it for
like
the
it.
biscuit.
So canonically, there is someone living in a giant peach somewhere.
Canonically, yes.
Probably
His name is James.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe it's a
Jimmy,
last
for sure.
name James, and it's an entire family that lives in a peach tree.
First name is Kevin.
And
then the you know, there's the spider people that live there. There's a Mothra that lives there. You know, it's all good. It's great.
someone at the creators, did this all happen because you like James the Giant Peach? Because
I
it's real.
know.
It's real
I'm
close.
like, yeah.
Jump in that Discord real quick.
Like you mashed up James and the Giant Peach and Fantasia, the Tchaikovsky thing, because I am totally one of those little.
Love it.
Purple hippos dancing in your dreams.
But you focus in and you ignore the other you in your head. Well, not even in your head, actively standing in front of you. You're able to block it out. You're able to block out the sounds of this kind of manufactured space you had found yourself in. Focus on this desert tree. Wonderful frozen pina colada. Hold on your hands. Breeze through your tentacles. And then you hear, Nix, could I get like some Foley work of a good indie scream as they fall through nothingness? Just a good I
don't like this at all. Okay.
As you open your eyes, and you are not on a desert island somewhere with a nice pina colada. Instead, you are sitting on ground. It's hard, it's cold, it's a little damp, it's very dark, and you hear Indy just screaming, falling closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer to you.
Oh, I just realized I'm muted. Yeah. Okay.
That sucks a lot.
She like free falling. Like if I don't catch her, she's gonna plop.
Maybe. It looks like it.
Sorry, thank you. Okay. So I would probably do something to help them out here. Can I try to pull on my skenosis if there's any like kind of ropes or whatever, see if anything comes as I call?
Is it just kind of like ropes? Is that the general vibe of it usually?
It is uncanny control over nearby ropes and rigging, which twist and move according to your will. It's the verbiage.
Yeah, you pull and you can feel a bit of something, like that you are able to connect with something as you try to kind of yank it towards you to be able to catch them from this like free fall that it seems that poor Indy is stuck in currently. As you pull in this rope and you see it come out, and just like the little area that you can see that has a little bit of a glow, we'll say a little bit more kind of bioluminescence, general glow to it. Looks like it can't reach quite far enough, as now you see Indy getting closer and closer and closer, as then just these like random kind of vines moving in a similar way as your ropes do catch them in the air and, and then lightly set them on the ground next to you and recoil back into the darkness.
Ow. That was
Yeah,
unpleasant.
Drake's immediately gonna run over and like, Indy, are you okay? Like, try to help him up and.
Okay,
and,
wait.
like,
Are you you?
I'm actually the me.
Okay. And you remember me, right?
Who are you again? No, yes, I remember.
Don't scare me like that, Drake. That is
Yeah,
not
of course.
funny.
Of course I remember you. How could I forget?
Well, clearly the whole crew in that nightmare scenario all forgot me, and I said, well, take me to the person that can decide to let us go, and then they dropped me here.
It's funny, the clone of me that was copying me very, very well. Like, I don't think I could have beaten them, and like Simon says, or whatever. But they kind of gave the game away. And so I just turned my brain off, and somehow you fell here. So whatever it is, I think we're making progress towards.
So you just like relaxed?
Yeah, they're using us as a battery, effectively.
So kind of like
It's our
what Choreo
thoughts.
does to you when you get excited?
In a way, also a lot like the way our ship's engine runs.
Well, yeah,
This
that I
creature.
got.
Yeah. So when they were like, "Oh, dreams are powerful for us," and I was like, or thoughts are powerful, and I was like, okay, well, I am not thinking anymore, and it worked.
I mean, I can do that too, but I'm a little concerned because while we are the level-headed ones of our merry band, there are some with great tragedies in their past and great dangers in their present. So perhaps it would behoove us to try to find them and make sure that they also shut their brains off, even though that's sometimes easier said than done.
So we'll switch over to Ruby.
Okay.
You were last, I believe, in your home or your family's home.
Like
I can't remember what.
I was in the shank with my sister, I do believe, and I was chatting with her, and by chatting I mean, why are you
Why'd you
asking
leave
me? You
me?
already
Yeah.
she was like, why'd you leave? And I was like, you know why.
She still stands there, kind of looking at you. The color draining from her. The what colors would have been on her previously?
So she looks identical to a lunar moth.
That's right.
So
Yep.
green and orange and black and
You start to go real like desaturated to then nearly a gray as she looks sadder and sadder. You look and your arms, the tips of your fingers are starting to gray. And down onto the palm of your hand.
What's happening?
Couldn't stop it. We all just couldn't stop it.
But the rationing isn't supposed to be happening.
We didn't have anyone to stop it. Everyone that could have left like you, left family, left their obligation, left for their own needs, wants. And we are here.
I didn't go for just my wants.
You couldn't have what you wanted here, so you left.
Couldn't be appreciated there.
Well, I guess that's our loss.
I understand you. Where's Rada? Where's our brother?
And she kind of like looks around. I don't remember. Things are easy.
She goes. Ruby grabs Luna and is like, I need you to step out of. I need you to snap out of this. What is happening? And she says this like not even looking at Luna, but like looking at like the colors slowly like leaving her, and she's like, what is happening? I need you to quit. I need you to stop. I know what's happening. I know you say it's because people left, but no, what happened to make people leave?
They just all left. Some, like you. Some, because of this. Trying to avoid it. And the rest of us were stuck. There's no one here to stop it. Stop them.
Stop. Who?
I don't. Who? I don't know where Rada is. I think he left.
Ruby is trying really hard not to do something very, 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 very rash. Like, she is sitting there, like, watching, and inside it's full panic. Like, she is turning from this beautiful bright yellow and bright pink, like, to nothingness of that is gray. And like, there's nothing wrong with the color gray, but that is not who she is. And she is I'm gonna reach out with the hand that's not turning a different color yet. I want to reach out and grab Luna. Does she let me?
Mhm.
It feels real.
So far, I mean, yeah. As all of your 2s and 1s and 3s last session, totally real.
Oh, so bad. Okay. Does does Ruby? So Ruby thinks this is very real. Does Ruby remember anything prior to this? Like, is she like, oh, I was with my family, my other family? Does she remember that stuff?
Yeah. What skills and such would you have to try and hone in
Okay.
on your current surroundings, what's happening, who you were with previously?
Okay. Man.
If you could do my anxiety level a favor and roll above a 3 this time, that would be great.
I make no promises. I will try. I'm going to use iron as my edge. Just to like try and use sheer grit to carry me through.
Okay.
Oh man. I'm not very good at this. I would like to use study if that's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, because I would know details that others might miss. Hmm. Okay. I'm just gonna be those two, I think. Oh man, this is gonna be rough. I just already know. I did. One of them was above a 3. The other one was a 3. So I got a 3 and a 4.
Okay.
Hey, that's a success. Barely, I think. But hey, let's
Better
fucking
than last
go.
time already. So no complaints here.
We here. We in it for the fight, y'all.
You grab hold of Luna and you're looking, and yeah, they feel real. They feel like you remember.
Okay.
And but they have this like far off look. They don't look fully there. And is that the rationing? Is it not? Is it something else? Like you're having a hard time like figuring out what the is wrong with her currently.
Right.
But then you hear in the distance, echoed, muffled, an indie scream.
Aw, yay.
Oh, you're muted, by the way. I can
She's
see
gonna
yourself.
pull me out. All right.
Okay.
But muffled. All right. Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Okay.
And then you wait. I was on a ship, and then there was an
Okay.
explosion, and now I'm here. Where is everybody? You know.
This moment, Ruby puts on like the bravest face that she can because the rationing is literally her greatest fear. And for her, she's like, oh, what is that movie? I'm trying to think of when it's like, this isn't real. You're not real. Like that's the moment she's having it in her head of like,
You have no power over me.
thank you. That was definitely very much the Labyrinth reference. Thank you.
Yes.
And like, Ruby grabs Luna's hand, and she's like, well, then, trying to not alarm anything or anyone, she's like, well, then, if Rada's gone, and I imagine our parents are nowhere to be found, should get out of here. And She just jumps. Because in her mind, there's 2 ways this goes. 1, she falls out of the shanks and she dies. 2, her theory of remembering is correct, and she ends up where she wants to be. Ruby would rather die than not have any color. So for her, this is a win-win. So she's like, I'm out. Like, and she tries to grab, like, she grabs Luna and pulls her with her, like, we're going.
Yeah, and Luna kind of stumbles and falls with. There's a bit of a, but then is quiet as about halfway through, as you're falling, kind of like turns into actual little mobs, kind of like disintegrates away, and there's nothing in your hand as you fall past the village that you grew up in, kind of nestled in this tree.
I'm gliding nicely. Like,
Yeah.
that is something I can do. My reinforced wings. I'm falling, but I'm I don't know.
You're
I'm like,
falling with style.
yes. I'm
It's like
like,
almost a parachute.
yeah, like
but-
feather falling
Yeah,
almost.
yeah.
Like I'm like, okay. And I'm like, but as I'm like doing that, like as I pass everything, I am absolutely like taking it all in. There's a level of sadness of missing that. Like,
Yeah, you see, like, the house that, maybe your grandparents lived in. You pass the main kind of city center area where you would go for shopping, the area where different trade would come in, which I would assume young Ruby would be very interested in, all the little trinkets and
yes,
things.
actually, as I see that, I'm like, fucking Cornelia. Like, in my head, like she's like, God dang it.
God
Like,
dang.
that bitch.
Cornelia's there, the only one in color, just flipping you off.
Bright fucking blue, too. Oh, okay.
But you fall past like friends' houses and areas where maybe you learned to glide in the first place, spots where there's a little bit of a shorter fall so you don't die as you
Right.
work through this. And then you dip through the trees or the leaves of the rest of the Wildsea, the tall shank disappearing through this like kind of filtered sunlight that you even notice the sunlight's not even warm. It's even just like a white, colorless light. And you fall deeper and deeper. You can feel the whoosh of branches next to you, but nothing hits as it gets darker and darker and darker. And you continue to fall. Wario, you are falling and you pass the Drudgeon signal while other Drudgeon is falling down with you and looks over. Where are you going? 10 seconds and then to the top, right? But imagine in Casey's voice.
Yeah.
Where you going, Holmes?
That's too meta. I can't ask that. Okay. Oh, that's right. That's right. We got to go up, and so I'm gonna have to reverse because I've been going down, but now that I feel that that thing is above me, got to go up. Sorry, I think I heard a ghost. It just got distracted. Thank you for coming down with me. You would have beaten me otherwise.
Oh, we gotta make it fair, of course. We gotta make it fair.
So I start going upwards now, towards not as fast. So trying to really angle towards that light now, or that feeling.
Yeah, he kind of like jumps on various branches and using the chains and the sword to kind of rush his way up, but keeps pretty good pace with you. Such good pace, it seems odd. There are some branches and things he steps on that should not hold the weight of Dredgen, but don't even move when his foot touches him.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say this is the lightweight dredging.
Yeah.
How like do I feel like relatively closer to that feeling before?
Yeah, yeah. You're
Then-
making it closer and
okay.
closer.
Yeah, so I'm going to really try to beeline it. And I'm even willing to spend another flight point or whatever, because I think I only have one left after I do this. Where is it? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here it is. No, I'll have one more after this one. So just and I'm gonna see if I can stealthily, like the next time he gets on a big branch, I want to see if I can like break the branch with my like telekinesis to see if he falls, because this just doesn't seem right. But like not try to do it in kind of a inconspicuous way.
Yeah.
So maybe just the edge of like his foot is right there and the edge just breaks, so it looks like he could maybe have broken it, but I want to see if he kind of reacts in any way to it.
Yeah. I'll give you free as you're going, and he's kind of keeping up, and you do a little bolt over to kind of snap one of the branches, and it's definitely one of those things that it's like there is a bit of a delay. Both feet are on the branch, one breaks, and then that foot kind of like goes, like it's a little bit of a show. And he's just looking at you, and it's not like any sort of like, you're not, granted it's like automaton probably doesn't have a lot of like features, but like that could move a ton there to give you expression, but y'all have a bit of a understanding there, and it seems like it's not aggression, it's not anger, it's not anything like something hunting prey kind of vibe, as like it's kind of been giving of this like interesting back and forth. It's more like anticipation and like it's watching to see what decisions you make.
Okay, so how close am I to the feeling now?
So you're getting pretty close. Like you think you're a couple of branches kind of up, and then you were off just a little bit. You need to kind of go through the tangle off to the side some.
All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try. It's like as soon as I get close enough where I'm like somewhat parallel, maybe not like exactly on it, but like parallel. I'm gonna like slow down a little bit and then focus on like speaking to ghosts or whispers or whatever, like my ability where I can kind of connect with other Ironbound as well, and see if I can get like a deeper connection rather than just like a feeling.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm gonna do tides for that one because I feel like it's trying to like explore or learn this kind of weird film between us. And then just for funsies. No, it's still sensing. Yeah, I'm going to do sense. It just makes more sense. I was going to do wave walk, but I think it just still makes more sense because I'm really trying to feel it out. And then I'm going to use the Ghost Heart ability, where I can connect to ghosts, spirits, or other Ironbound regardless of language used. But I'm going to, rather than language, just like some sort of ethereal communication.
Okay, absolutely.
So I think that's 4. Yes.
Let's go.
Oof, I got a 1, a 2, and 2 6s. So actually not a move, my bad.
Gavin, you son of a bitch.
Casey, how does Dredgen know that Corio is close? How just normally, but especially in this moment.
In this moment, his green and yellow spirit, like it's always constantly flowing through him. But when his brother gets it shifts where his brother goes, and he notices that energy is spiking off on whatever which way he's coming from, and so that catches his attention, and so he'll look. My question is, how close are the creatures? Because he's still in fight and flight. He's still in flight mode. So he's ready to go, but he has responsibility now in the sense of like who's on his back.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to stop. But if it's like,
I'll say at this point, you have been climbing for so long and you've been hearing those, and they're keeping pace. They're not getting closer. And you can't recognize what it is. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel natural because it doesn't seem like it's anything actively on the attack necessarily, but maybe more there to just unnerve you or maybe to push you forward, maybe to keep a little bit of that light under your ass kind of vibe, as they're ever present, not any closer, and not identifiable.
oh, I love this, or coyotes. I love this. All right. So he's going to dig his claws into the tree bark, and he's going to outstretch his arm and shoot out his chains towards the nearest tree and make his way towards. He's going to stop going up, and he's going to go towards Corio's energy.
Corio, you see in the distance a reflection of this chain wrap around a tree. Casey, just because I'm asking so much of you, would you just for a moment play for me fake Drudgeon, trying to convince Corio that you're the real Drudgeon?
Okay. See, I got to get in character all the time. I'm just going to keep this on. Hey!
You see the chain, and fake Drudgeon does the same thing on a tree on the other side of you closer. So it's kind of like you're in this middle of the two here.
Listen to me, brother. You know how these seas plays with our minds. I know how these seas play with the mind. Do not go that way. That is a trap. It is a being. You know this. We came from this. Trust me. I'm your brother. I would never steer you wrong.
I don't feel anything for you, but I feel something this way. So
It's the woods. They're getting us so confused, man. Come on, let's go back to the ship. Let's go make some money. Let's go live our lives away from the deep.
You're looking at fake Drudgeon that looks so real, sounds so real, looks like your brother. Is Corio realizing that maybe there's something more to people that makes them unique, makes them connect to you as you feel something the other way?
Yes.
You don't feel anything this way.
And I'm assuming, like, I think Quario's probably like getting these memories, mixing in with his fake ones and his real ones. So like he sees the moment that he helped Dredgen get out of the deep, and so like for a moment there was a moment he's like, we got it. Let's just make money out of the deep. Yeah. But I think ultimately the deep gets him, but then the money kind of turns it off because we're a co-op ship. We're living
hippies,
our life,
baby.
We're hippies. And then once he says that, but doesn't feel anything drawing that way, but there's still something being drawn this way, I think he's gonna grab the right hook, or the hook that is not being asked to grab by.
Right. Yeah.
One, yeah.
Real one. As you grab hold of actual Drudgeon's hook and start to pull yourself that way, the other one that looks at you, you sense a bit of approval, as then it just turns into light and then disappears. You can be real
I'm
Drudge
glad
again
this
now.
was
Let me take the glasses off.
cool.
I know what I'm doing with now.
All right. I'll deal with scumbag Dredge.
I mean,
Holly, you muted.
That's good. I'm just saying that was good. That was good.
And Dredge, you feel Choreo not in the distance, not the light. You can now immediately feel that connection. Before, it was like there was some sort of like block. It was like it was hitting a force field. You just knew to go that direction. And now there's the full energy back again. That iron-bound connection is reestablished, as you are both now in full darkness. Not on trees, not on anything, as you are starting to plummet, but more in a hover than a full free fall currently. But y'all are back together. Anything you want to say real quick as you down?
I'd poke him directly in his eye sockets and be like, "Oh, you fucking
get
real?
zapped.
Oh, fucking God! Thank the gods. What the fuck is going on? And where's Ruby?"
I have two things. One, I want to respond to where's the Ruby part, but am I sensing all the living things in his body? Is there an empty hole where a little Ardent should be?
No, there's a dude there.
There's a real person there? Okay.
There's a real dude
like
there.
Actual life? Okay.
Yeah. Who is just it's muffled as he's in the backpack, but is clearly like as they are also now feeling the free fall.
I don't know, but this place seems to be testing us, I think. Fake you, who had these really
There's a
interesting...
fake me?
There was a fake you with an interesting... It felt real, but... It looked real, but didn't feel real. But when I found you, I was able to anchor myself and move towards you. So maybe as we're falling, we try to find that connection that we've made with our other crewmates.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stick my fingies into his iron-bound core to keep us, like, synchronized and connected. And, yeah. Well,
hey, little person, you bet you...
Are we
I
dying?
hope you electric
Oh my God.
No, I will not let you die. I will not let another soul end up like me.
This is like when Transformers are like fighting and they have two humans in the car, and it's just these like things just morphing together, like trying to take care of it.
Yeah.
Who's Bumblebee?
Start to feel Dredge. You feel that deep again, but this time it's not whispering to you. It's not haunting. It feels quiet. It almost feels like, for lack of better, like kind of correlation, like you're inside. You know, it's like being inside of a tent in the wilderness where you just have a little bit of that like security, but you know there's something in the distance possible. You know, it's a little bit of that kind of vibe, but it has this calming feeling. And both of y'all having such more keen senses. And I would say probably actually even Ruby being able to see things so much further. You hear a little bit of a flutter of these like poorly hovering wings above you all. As Ruby, you can see light below you. I don't know if you can notice that it is these two, but you see a source of light.
Can I roll to see if I recognize if that's Ruby?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think at the same time, Drake and Indy, you all see a light coming closer and closer and closer and closer above y'all.
I'm gonna use Grace because I'm gonna, and I don't have anything.
Can I give him my sense since we're like ironbound connected?
Yeah, y'all can help.
You can get 2 from that.
All right, 2 from that, and then I want to use. I can't use
You can
Wave
both contribute
Walker,
advantages to it. Just means you were both going to
cool.
suffer the consequences if it fails.
That's okay. Let me see what else I got, Casey.
Outwit. I can use Outwit. No, that's secrets. I can't use Outwit. I only got hack. I'm only good at. I thought I had other things. Let me see. Okay. Does Trailblazer get me? Hard one instincts.
Do you have anything that helps you like when you are hacking? So like environmental awareness or anything like that?
I have Wild Harvest. Treat conflicts when attacking or defending against plant type hazards. I have Hard one instincts. You can tell which branch will break and which will hold at a glance. Increase your ship's Sol rating by 1 when I'm on board. Not really.
I can give you.
I mean, you gave me 2. I got 1. That's 3. I can roll with it.
Yeah, I don't have anything else that's super helpful.
Yeah.
Got 3.
And hopefully, if Google's been nice. I got a 5. I got a 1, a 2, and a 5. Thanks. I gave you compliments, Corp.
At first, you have that thought of, oh God, something has been on the edges of my periphery this entire time. Is it finally coming? And then you're like, oh, that's really pretty. Oh, as you see the hot pink and bright yellow.
I shout with all of my might to the point where energy's coming out of my mouth. Ruby, because I don't want to blow everybody's eardrums out.
And all of you hear it. You hear it from down below. Ruby hears it from up above.
Would I then recognize the glow as possibly coming from Quario?
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to activate my tentacles, my sparkies.
We got fingies and sparkies. It's my worst nightmare. All right.
So you're about to see some body horror. So my fingies are in the ironbound because we're 1, but you see his like legs start like to morph, and he has toesies as well. He has toesies and fingies because he senses the sparks of elation of his toesies trying to pick up all the other sparks because he recognizes them.
I just imagine whoever is watching this is going head, shoulders, knees,
toes. Absolutely.
I want to shoot. Unless you guys.
Hands,
I'm sorry,
fingers, and
Ruby.
his toes, and his toes.
Oh Lord,
Ruby, unless you got some, I'm shooting my chain up to you.
Yeah, I don't know how close we are, but I want to know what.
Hey, I'm just like, I don't care. I've realized I'm not dying right now, so I'm okay. Like this whole time I was like, oh, that's the last time I'm gonna see that building and that building and that building and that building, and oh, it's fine. I'm fine. And my sister turned into little tiny moths. It's fine. Like.
So narratively, I would. I want to
Ruby's definitely
shoot
falling a little
my
too fast for
chain.
comfort too. Just so y'all know, like there's
Yeah,
a line
like-
between
Yeah, no, I'm
comfort.
shooting. I was like, I'm
Physics
shooting my
reducing
chains
that
up there
speed.
too. Like,
she's like holding, she's like shaking it. She's like holding them out. Like I'm fine.
crazy little moth. And a joyous, like triumphant, like yell, he'll throw his chains up to try to wrap around Ruby to bring her back closer because he's like, that's like one of his goals right now is to get as many people back as possible. And
Got
when
Ruby pulled into y'all's more rationed fall, controlled fall.
thank God you're okay.
Yeah.
Are they still falling?
Yeah, they're getting close enough that I think y'all heard the
Can
yell
I-
for sure.
Can I imagine a huge like swimming pool that will absorb their fall without killing them?
Absolutely.
Well, like
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm going
Off
to
dust
try to
off, it's fine.
manifest that.
You hear from the shadows in the similar way that Drake would have saw the kind of vines come out, a slight chuckle as a pool of water manifests where you think it is in the way that you imagined it. And you all are able to, kind of fall in. If you want to avoid the water, y'all have the ability to not get too wet, but those that not Choreo who could cause problems are able to hit softly, kind of shake. Like it is one of those things where you like hit in the water, like, oh God, but then as soon as it disappears, you're not wet. Oh, okay. Cool. And Ruby, I think you would notice at this moment when you're like, oh my God, am I alive? Your hands are normal colored.
Who's near me? Like who's within like
So
scurry
you're
range or like
Yeah,
a few
so you're, like,
steps or
still
like
attached, kind of, being held by Dredge and Choreo, but y'all would
Okay.
now be just like right in front of Drake and Indy as y'all stand on packed dirt ground.
I think
Fuck am I doing?
Quario's arms are gonna just start growing from his body, like really thin golden arches. They're two halves of golden arches to just envelop everyone into a hug. And so he's hugging you with two sides of McDonald's.
Group
I
hug.
know, it's
Group
like
hug.
literally.
I want this as art. I want this so bad. This
So
just
you
weird
see
people.
Quario
Okay,
hovering above the water.
Wario and Party in group hug.
Create a
Next art
Golden
project.
Arches group hug. Okay.
Golden Arches group hug.
Um.
Since we have golden arches, can we have fries too?
Right. So, as Quario does this, after I would say several days of being weeks of being standoffish, not unkind. We've talked about this many times. Not unkind, just standoffish. Ruby is going to take her hands and like place it on Quario's chest if he will let, and then the same with Dredgen, like hands are fucking pink and you guys are here. Like yeah, like it is like like and she can't help it, her fronds light up, it's full like okay.
Taco Bell's bell is not pink, right? That's just a
It's
colorblind
purple.
question.
It's like purple.
What's like a pink
Purple.
fast
The
food
old school
sign?
was like the light pinks.
The old school was light
turquoise,
pinks and green. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So then
then
Because that was what our Taco Bell looked like in San Angelo until about 3 years ago. They just
You can
remodeled
also
it.
go with Baskin Robbins because
I'd say
Baskin Robbins is
Baskin-Robbins
hospitality.
also.
so
as-
while he still has his horrifying golden arches orangutan arms, his body's gonna change into like pinks and yellows, and then purples. and like all these other things, as he like all the different signs are morphing into his body to represent different colors of people. Happy to have you all together again, the right yous. And I know they're yous because I care for you all.
I don't believe it's you. You're the right ones. Are you the right one?
Yes, I think so. But
Indeed.
I understand more.
I have an idea. Quario, what am I thinking? He's gonna hit the sparks.
Sorry, I had my mic muted. You remember my name? Oh, thank goodness! And Ruby gets the biggest hug from Indy that she's received in a long time, because Indy does not freak out easily.
Ruby returns it deeply,
Yeah.
like it's a.
What are your thoughts that Quario's eaten up there, Drake?
Which, by the way, he's not eating it with his toesies anymore. Something y'all have never seen.
Oh no!
Is he has a radio antenna coming from one of his eye sockets that grabs the web because he's still in a hug. So it just kind of
So we
pops
still
out
have
to
body
eat.
horror going on.
Oh yeah, that's still.
Okay.
I mean, his proportions are all wrong. His toes are hanging there. His arms are giant, long McDonald's signs. The signs aren't quite right, so his body is all still messed up.
Oh my gosh.
Taco Bell and Baskin Robbins aren't like the best size shape ratio.
So you get the perfect, vivid feeling of that frosty pina colada. Like the feeling in the hand, the cold like drink, like the refreshing vibe. That's what you get. Because that's the thought that he knows grounded him and got him out of that like.
You have a citrusy alcoholic beverage, and it's cool.
I missed you so much.
Oh,
just start hugging.
You all hear from the darkness, out of the ring of kind of dull light that is sourceless but provided here, and then obviously the light from your Ironborn friends, a very like soft but very low, like it kind of echoes around you, like kind of feminine voice. Like, huh. You all are quite a surprising bunch. As you hear the ground shift a bit, and a glow that is kind of this like deep purplish pink begins to kind of emanate, as about 20 feet above you all, you see a very like reptilian face come out. The eyes are what are glowing, and you can see like little almost kind of like how an electric eel has little electric sparks that kind of run down it. That similar thing down scales. For our world, it looks like a big old dragon. For y'all, it looks like a real big electric lizard. Weird, right? As you know, it's got the long kind of like what are those called? Like whiskers, but like the lizardy. Are they whiskers on lizards too? Like those little like
they would
fronds
be,
or
be
something.
whiskers.
Yeah,
because most lizards actually have heat sensing pits. They don't have the frills. Or whiskers. So if we're talking Chinese dragon, those would be either
like
spikes
similar.
or whiskers.
Love it.
You can kind of see that energy kind of coming down in as well, As the head kind of dips down, you now see like the whole body is shimmering a bit with that kind of purple and blue, that it almost looks like black, but a little opalescent in the way that it kind of like shimmers back and forth. And those like glowing lizard eyes kind of comes down to meet and looks at each of you for a moment. And I think we'll take our break
And-
there.
Yeah.
If
I
y'all are
knew
fine
it.
with that.
Yes.
Get a little stretch, get a little snack, get a little water. And we'll be back in like 10 minutes to see what's happening here. So hydrate or dihydrate. BRB. One. I still haven't eaten my Tootsie Pop. It's here
Is that
somewhere.
hunger coming
What
back
a
from Greg?
what a
Yeah.
energy to come
We
back
did
to.
this, like, I did that exact joke like a couple days ago, and I remembered my Tootsie Pop, and then I still haven't eaten it. And it's been like a week. Anyway, hi
Mhm.
everybody. We're back. I did just stuff myself a lot of sugar because Rice Krispies are about to go stale, so I ate 2 of them. They were very good. So Matt helped me with those. There's still
They're
like
amazing. They're
17
very
in the
good.
fucking fridge. I made a
Yeah,
big
fast
pan.
food's fast.
But that's fine. Let's go back to something not so fun, as you have a large dragon-like head that has come down into view, and now you see as there's like little, again, like kind of sourceless, it's almost like firefly-esque light kind of fills the area, and the actual like glow on their scales and stuff is kind of lighting up, where you see this just like gargantuan creature sitting in front of you, just kind of curled up on what looks to be kind of like, imagine the caterpillar from Alice in Wonderland on its little mushroom. It's like that, but it's like a big kind of flowering plant, which does not make sense for how fucking dark it is in here. But that's where some of those like little vines and stuff, they're kind of like sitting like nestled into the petals, all comfy like a bed. And they look down.
Are you responsible for this mess?
Mess?
Yes.
I thought I made the place quite tidy for everyone.
You separated people. You tried to play upon their fears.
Yes.
At least in my instance, I haven't really had a chance to converse with my family here.
Correct.
What was the purpose of all of that?
That's a multi-leveled answer.
Well,
smiles.
start with the most basic.
I needed food.
I see.
What do you feed on?
Memories of sorts. Whispers. Whispers of sorts, more like memories.
And are you able to let people go after you have had some of their memories?
Well, that's where it gets interesting. Normally, no. Normally, here, everyone's thoughts, everyone's whispers are so cruel and so hateful. They just seek violence and to destroy the natural world, to destroy each other. And it's quite sour, but it's sustainable. And I don't know. Why let them back when I can just keep feeding on their thoughts? You all were different. You weren't violent. You weren't cruel. You helped. Well, looks to Quario. I had to test you a bit harder. The lightning is quite rude. As it like kind of like puts out the tail, you see like a little singed scale. But you all
absconding with us, who are also free-thinking individuals, was also quite rude. Big mom energy. Very disappointed.
just kind of looks at you. I don't want to be rude, but I don't care. You walked into my ship seemingly to pillage or steal as most do, and I tested you. And no one's ever passed. You did. So you can chastise me all you want, but you're in my creation, my world. and nothing goes without me saying so. This is my
Out of
realm to
curiosity,
form. Yes.
sorry, I thought you were finished.
No, go, please. Interrupt the giant dragon.
I know.
Well, it's very interesting to me because you had said that other people simply come to pillage and steal. However, we've specifically come to look for something that has been stolen from one of our friends, and it seems to be that some of what has been stolen has wound itself here. So who are you to judge for being a thief when you yourself appear to also be a
What
thief?
was stolen?
Cruise.
Then they were not nice. They wanted nothing but hate and anger and destruction in their hearts. If all I am given from their head is hate and anger, is it not kind of me to the world to make sure that that isn't unleashed back in? I once traveled in other places, and I know there's good. I know there's beauty. I ended here where everything was so not good. I built my own home, and those that trespass, well, honestly,
Well,
they
you
should
could have
curse.
like a warning saying, please knock or something. You know, there are ways to avoid people trespassing on your domain. And as for
I need to eat.
removing,
Did you miss that? I want them to come here. I need the memories. I need the
You're a
whispers.
creature of the deep.
If they don't come, I starve.
I'm going to turn around to Dredge and like dig in one of the crevices of his armor and pull out a book.
Where did
Because
that
it's a
come
journal
from?
that I have kept, and for some reason I keep it on Dredge because I can.
You open it,
And-
and there's a guy just sitting in there. They're like, hello.
I need that, please.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'd be like,
Thanks.
you're a creature of the deep, aren't you? That's why I feel connected.
I'm not really tied to any specific place because currently, technically, we're not in the deep, just a pocket that I've created here.
Tiny little Indy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please. Okay. Tiny little Indy will waddle up with this big, thick journal and hand it up to Dragon because I'm assuming the dragon is freaking huge.
Yeah, well, just like two giant claws that almost take up the entire book. Kind of. What is that?
2,000 years of memories. That is the entire history of my mycelium. You need memories to live off of? There you go.
Nyx.
Is that how that works?
Who's Nyx? What are you talking about?
Not Nyx. Sorry. Indy.
I do appreciate this, and that's why we're speaking and you're not still trapped in a labyrinth. But this is not the same. I live on a different plane than your physical form, your books. Now, if you tell me this is full of whispers themselves, that's different, but just words and stories
Well, open
don't
it
do
and
the same.
inhale.
Kind of like put her hand over and like hand it back to you, and if you don't, put it on the ground in front of you.
Mm-hmm. So I'll put it and I will open it. And it's not actually words. It's different spores over the centuries that have been petrified. If you inhale, you will have memories from different times and places, different existences. You can plant them and create new memories, a new mycelium. You can create your own way of self-sustaining without having to lie in wait.
But that would destroy these memories. Well, not the actual memories, but the ones on the page.
Table. Do I remember?
Remember what?
I remember my sister.
Mhm.
Okay. So I still have that memory then, yes?
Yes. Yeah. No, sorry. More like they are physical spores. She sucks them in. They're
Mhm.
gone. There is no longer a journal, is
Yep.
more of what I was getting at. Not
Yeah.
like
Okay.
in your brain.
And-
You
My
remember
and-
everything.
brain was like, crap. Okay.
Yeah, no.
If it was like a whisper, like a legitimate whisper that she took, you would not have a memory of it anymore. But it seems like she was more trying to suss you out and like going through your memories, not actually trying to like take anything.
So Indy will vibrate in a way that hopefully this dragon understands, but the others don't.
Absolutely, you can.
And basically say to this dragon, if I die, the memories are lost anyway. With you, I feel like they would go on. You seem much more long-lived than my people.
They stay with me, they stay in the deep.
We lived in the deep for ages and ages. The deep is not our destruction. It's where we come from. I offer you this partially because I recognize my rudeness, partially because I recognize that having to taste the flavor of sour malice over and over again cannot be healthy for one such as you, one unique being such as you. Flavor is everything. You can generate a better flavor. You can generate a better way of existing that does not have to consume such trivial things as rude and cruel people. I offer you this because I feel that it would benefit both of us, all of us. I know in your care, in your memories, they would go on. They would not be forgotten.
You are more kind and thoughtful than I had gathered. You offer me your legacy after just one chat, and this you're sure. As a kindness.
Indy looks back at her crew, or their crew. You have the legacy of my people, but my legacy is with these people. And kindness is in far too short supply, wouldn't you agree?
Kind of like ruffles up her nose and like the little whiskers kind of move, but she's like, yes. It's been quite a while since I've had anything that I'll taste as a rudimentary explanation, but tastes as full as all of your memories. You can imagine a long-lived and history and group There's your mycelium. If they bear any resemblance to you, would be a nice change of pace. And if we're being honest, I'd really rather not be in this part of the world anyway. This just seemed the most humane option.
Where would you go if you'd be anywhere? I see you among the stars.
I can only dream.
Ruby's eyes squint a little.
I would love to feel the sun on my scales and wind in my face, but I don't think your world is ready for that. I have found many bones
Probably
of
not.
leviathans my size or larger, and I think, if anything, there's a mountain near. Well, not near, really, but has beautiful jewels in its caves.
Caves are great places to build mycelium, yes.
Wonderful. The trees above have pink flowers. It's quite beautiful. There's a temple that used to be mine.
It used to be?
Yes. Kind of like moves, and you see there's like a kind of hole in their chest that looks like something's supposed to kind of set into it. It almost looks like an indention, like a a rock like smacked in or something.
Mm.
Millennia ago, it feels like. So, time moves weirdly when you're all alone down here. Kind of looks to Dredge for a moment. Part of me was taken and it ruined my home, but I'd like to return.
Well, perhaps now you have the means to get there.
I ask again, you are sure? This is a powerful gift.
You promise not to forget them?
I would never.
And Indy shivers and bows as the accord has been reached.
I kind of look over to the other four of you. And then kind of back to Indy, kind of taking in the whole group. Thank you. I'm sorry I had to play with your emotions as such, though I am impressed in your resolve, your strength, not only with yourselves, but with each other. All of you feared, I think more than anything, losing each other deep down. And that's strong.
That's what family's for.
The ideal I've only gotten to experience secondhand, but it is nice. The crews you were looking for were not as nice. I would assume if
Are
they
they
made it.
alive?
Probably not.
Very well.
Most succumbed and fell back into their old habits and didn't even realize their lives had changed or their lives were slipping away. It's interesting
Well, the
how many
only-
people choose the worst of the two ultimatums.
Well, what we need is just proof that we found the wreckage. Just to show that there were no survivors.
The thrash is quite
And-
powerful. I don't keep hold of wreckage necessarily, though you can look.
Trinkets? Do you keep?
Trinkets. I do. Some. A select few. I know many of my sisters across the sea hoard items. I choose memories. But
You know, speaking of, you had mentioned that familial feeling seems foreign to you. Um, what happened to your sisters?
we are solitary creatures, but many of my family find each other competition more than kin. But here, and you see is like she kind of reaches her big old claw kind of back, and she's kind of all coiled up, but will produce 5. Is that it? Is the exact amount 5 scales per scales. Each of them
Yo.
shining and electric. I rely, I guess, on senses more than anything, and each of these scales holds a whisper tied to various aspects of presence. They may not be trinkets like jewelry and wire like you like, though it might look pretty on a necklace.
Are there any electrical components?
She.
Sorry.
No, you're good. I was see if there's anything else actually on here compared to what I had. She's like, oh, I'm afraid the electrical components are quite dulled, as I'm missing a bit of my spark. Kind of looks down to that hole in her chest.
Did Drake see Indy hand over the journal? Like the book itself?
Everybody saw me hand over the journal, but you didn't hear what passed, or you didn't understand what passed between the dragon and Indy because Indy was speaking in that vibrational tone. So you just know it's a journal that I've had Dredge carry around for me forever.
Would I know that it's not plausibly important to you?
There are a lot of things that are important to Indy.
So this wouldn't stand out as something particularly.
No, not really.
Okay, cool.
Mighty being.
Yes.
The one that I sheltered. Would they be allowed to leave?
kind of cocks their head for a moment. Oh, you do have someone aboard. Someone's aboard.
Those are others that came with me.
I
They too are important.
don't know who you have. They weren't one that I brought here, at least.
A request for him to be allowed to leave your domain.
Watching you save him is what made my decision to let you leave my domain. So of course.
Fantastic.
Nothing is stuck here. They're just not perceptive enough to realize they can leave, like you all were. That being said, is there anything else? I wish I had more to give than just shards.
Ruby, awkward self. And is it what happened to your? She's like,
It seemed that individuals learned of my home. I was protected by people like you specifically, looking at Ruby. But they were no match when it came to blades and gunpowder. They thought me dead when they took it. So I'm much more resilient.
I have a question. One of my hobbies is creating navigation charts and helping others find their way. Would it be beneficial to you or detrimental to you for, um, let's say, one of two ways we could sort of handle this? Either A, I don't chart anything indicating your
Oh,
location given your past experience, or would it be
Drake,
beneficial?
there's nothing here to chart. We are not in space as you know it.
oh,
So if others followed the same route that we somehow found
They'd
ourselves
find
here, they would not
themselves in
necessarily
the
find us.
dangerous section of a deep.
so that begs the question then: why us?
We were kind.
Mm.
We were kind and loving. She's letting us go because we weren't like the rest. Our love for each other.
I get that.
Hmm.
I understood. And Ruby kind of like smiles and like looks
Mm.
at this entity like, thank you. Like,
Why
but
are we dragged here?
why did we get here? If why did you choose to pull us, or
Oh, no, there's a
happen?
door currently, and you all walked through it. Thanks to Indy's
Oh,
kind gesture, I will leave, and there will be nothing to chart here.
oh,
Do you want us to remember you?
You would
Can
like?
we remember you?
What is your
Yes.
name?
Good question.
You said, great question.
Me real quick.
Do you want me to come up with one?
I ask chat.
Yeah, chat, y'all got one while I'm looking at this thing here. Oh wow, they really give you some wild ones when you go to Dragon Name Generator, huh? Wow, these are 17 syllables. Even it's not 17 syllables.
I have submitted my my suggestion.
Yeah.
Tia Lorene.
Beautiful. That is it. Oops. I'm clicking so many tabs that aren't the right ones.
I told you, you can always trust me to mash up some words and make a name.
Yeah. It's been a long time since someone has, well, actually talked to me. But asked my name. Tia Lorene.
You mentioned we'd be able to remember you. Is there any way that we would be able to, or could you provide a way that we could contact you in the future? Or that you could reach out to us? Because I feel like it's plausible we'll run into other unsavory types that might benefit the world to fall into your or to encounter you.
Oh, Drake, we wouldn't want to do that. We wouldn't want
Why not?
We wouldn't want to serve her a sour meal.
Also, we might run into a situation where we could use the help of a
divine creature.
Of you.
I'm nowhere near divine. Ish. I don't know how to have you find me again. I can.
But also, should we, in our adventures, find the thing that's missing? Just to be able to get it back to you. I make no promises. But, I mean, we've already seen some crazy things in this last year.
That you all have. Fine. I may have lied earlier. I do have some trinkets.
I'm not gonna lie. I still want the dragon scale. I'm just gonna.
Oh
be
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with
You
you.
got
I want
that.
I want that as well. I get one of those, but I also want pre-Verdancy trinkets.
Turns around and kind of like scoots to the side where you see kind of under one of these petals there's like a little bitty hoard, not anything that you would expect from that. And there's they kind of takes her finger, her little claw, and kind of digs through some little areas, pockets of it, and then will pick up a gemstone, and it's like kind of a deep, dark, almost onyx looking color to it as well. And you watch as she pops it in her mouth. Waits a minute, and then she just comes over and kind of like quack on the ground in front of you. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. Like she wipes it off on her leg, shoved it in a bag. It's fine. Fine.
You're more than welcome.
It's not the weirdest thing I've seen her pocket.
Me either. So that if you wish, though, you will notice a bit of a vibration if it comes into contact with a part of myself or near. a bit of a draw, like your two brethren over here. Like energy likes like energy. But then also, and then we'll just grab just a bunch of just random ass uncut gems. I don't have a bag.
Don't.
So
I do. Like scooping up the little pile of it as the best she can and shoving it, whatever dirt, whatever this mess is underneath, don't care, just shoving it in.
Our little loot goblin.
Like, Dread is actually shaking his head. Is like,
We'll go back. We'll go through it when we get up where we're going
do we leave now?
together. We'll go through it.
Tia, it has been an enlightening experience being in your presence and conversing with you.
Indeed.
I would like very much for instructions on how to get back to our plane of existence, if that's all right with you.
of course.
I'm sure talking with people is exhausting.
A bit. Do y'all want the easy way or the fun way?
Oh,
That
Fun
depends
way.
on your
I vote fun way.
definition of fun.
what's the fun way? Can we just get like a synopsis of that real quick?
What's the fun in that?
All right. I choose
I
fun
vote
way.
fun way.
Yep.
Fun way.
Of course you do.
Are we okay?
Look, I thought I had lost you, okay? If I can get some fun out of this to set my mind straight, I will be very happy. Thank you very much.
I assume, Quario, you want to do whatever's going to make the little sparks fly.
I'll go with whatever you guys choose to do.
If we go the fun way, I'll make sparks fly.
Dredge.
Let's go the fun way.
I like it, Dredge. I'm like, that's emotional manipulation, but all right.
Emotional manipulation, extortion, tomato.
Tomato, it's fine.
Dredge is studying Tia long and hard because even though she's been very gracious with us, he still doesn't trust her because of his memory and where he went. But seeing that all of his family's back and seeing he's trying to get a read that if he can trust that when they get taken that they're gonna end up back together because like that's his thing. So he's like, if y'all doing the fun way, I'm not losing y'all again, so I guess I'm doing the fun way. I've expended a lot of energy. I'm very tired.
It's been wonderful making all of your acquaintance, and I'm sorry that it started off on the wrong foot. Can you blame me? I live alone in the deep. You think I'm very good at socializing. Indy,
Also, people kind of suck, so I don't blame you at all.
Specifically here, I heard the rumors and they are accurate. If you are staying in this reach, don't trust anyone around you except for yourselves.
I'm from. Yeah, I get it.
Indy, I wish I had more to give you and thanks, and I will promise I will never forget these memories, and if we meet again, I'll be sure to have a proper thank you ready.
Indy will kind of vibrate and say, if you can let them all go first, I have one more question to ask.
She'll kind of vibrate back. She's like, I actually need to have a chat with one of your friends.
Well, I suppose then I'm able to get to very interesting places when I dream. If you would like to visit me there, on the very last page on my spores, hours so you can meet me there and we can converse more.
Thing? It's a thing now, right? That's a thing now.
Y'all don't hear what I'm saying.
I know. Okay, that's Holly. Sorry,
I'm
about Caleb.
metagaming right
I
now.
know, right?
Okay,
Let
I
me
want this to
be.
be a thing, goddamn.
Oh, are you shipping a mushroom and a dragon right now?
No.
Is that what's happening?
Never at all.
No.
I would love to see how that would work, though.
This
saying.
for me is pure lore drop. Oh, okay.
Right?
Run.
He's like, that sounds wonderful. And I will be sparing with the spores so we can chat. This will be much more beneficial to get in contact than the gem I gave your friend, so she really does want to hawk it.
Oh, she has such an infectious energy. It's hard not to be caught up in it.
That is true. We'll kind of turn
Well,
to
thank
everyone
you.
again. Oh, go on.
Thank you for your time.
And then that smells like fun way it is. And we'll kind of like do a little like flick of the finger, and you watch as Indy just goes shooting up in the air. Then Drake goes shooting up in the air. And then you're not Holly. Ruby goes shooting up in the air.
Ruby is fine.
Choreo goes shooting up in the air. Stretch. He kind of points and then looks at you and is like, word of warning. Something in the deep wants you. It fought very hard. I did not have full control of the space you were in. It was calling to you before you made it here, and I tried to shelter you from it, but I can feel it at the walls.
It's been a troubling thing for me. And it's why I limit myself. So, is there any way to cut my ties from the deep?
I'm more on the spectral end of things than the magics that run this space. That's why I'm able to hide here. It doesn't understand me. I don't understand it. But I've learned things from others that have delved here that I enveloped their memories. That which hungers is not something that should be taken lightly. And kind of will like reach into their little hoard again and pulls out another looking, it's almost like a little talisman. I'll let you decide kind of what you want it to look like. I was like, this is a bit of a protection. It will make the spirit stronger than this place, but I don't know how long it could last. I'd suggest limiting your time here.
They'll take it, and you'll see it, and it's like, I'm gonna say it's like a little onyx rock, polished rock, or no, obsidian. We'll do obsidian. And you just watch, he opens his chest cavity up and just fuses it in, and now that greenish yellow glow has black tendrils that go through his body. That mixes in.
Do be careful.
Thank you.
And kind of smile, and then whoop, you go flying up in the air. You can go ahead and put the little talisman on your character sheet, but also put a whisper and just title it that which hungers. As maybe at some point in time that will come important to you, Dredgen. As you all are flying through the air, eventually all leveling out to be kind of together. And it is this very much like, it almost feels like you're on like a water roller coaster like it feels very controlled, but it's just this big flying up motion until then you find yourselves, and it almost feels like you're washed onto the deck of your ship. You are all up. The sun is starting to set. And, you probably have a hour or so before dark. The thrash appeared just as tumultuous as it was previously. The hired crew from the Architect King keeping the boat steady, all looking very confused in your general direction as y'all have been just like thrown onto the deck. But your flag of the Architect King has been raised high as you drive back around, the I have it, the Kremich Surge, but what's the actual city? What did I call it?
Hang on, I might have that in my notes. Where are we going?
The Bitter Massing. You passed the Bitter Massing. As the sun sets, though, you make your way into Spite Harbor, the port that Drake once called home. All of you sitting and thinking about everything you experienced. That is where I think we will wrap. I will give everyone one last option. If there's anything anyone needed to wrap real quick before next session that feels timely. Okay.
I just want to pull the guy out or the person out.
I'm also interested in this.
So yeah, all y'all now meet whoever this is.
Yeah. You'll see rather short, maybe like 5'3" in height, like especially standing next to freaking Dredgen, like looks so tiny. Has, probably about like chin length hair that was at one point in time kind of pulled up, that's all tussled. It's like a really like dark brown. They're very gaunt, very light skinned now from just being down in the deep, it seems, for a while, though they do look like at least there's not a super malnourished look to them, as the sap has helped at least keep, acted as a little bit of an IV and some vitamins for them there. But is in clothes that are very similar to what y'all would have seen in the Foxloft when y'all were there previous, a little more airy, a little more like travel, like probably at one point in time looked a little better shaped. But yeah, standing there, one boot on, looking like really confused, but then sees the flag and is like, "Oh, you're a rescue ship?"
You could say that.
We are now.
We were sent to find out what happened to the other crews of the different ships that have tried to complete this mission. Which crew were you on?
I was on the we've seen the Celeste, we've seen the Resolven. I was on the Danzig.
Like the band, like the person Danzig.
All right. Well, let's get you down to the galley. Let's get you something to eat and get you nice and warm. All right.
What's your name? Do you have people we should?
My name is Paul.
Paul Ferris.
Nailed it. Okay.
Never think of names on the spot.
Sorry.
No, I should just have a list of names when I introduce freaking characters, but I'm always like, "Oh, you'll figure it out." I never will.
You look like a Paul Ferris. Is that about right?
Yeah, that's me. Just so you know, the dragon wasn't what took us or caused our ship to go down.
It was that.
What did?
I don't know. We thought it was a root quake, but then it was not. We went under and things were ripping apart, and I heard bites and I heard crunches and I heard growls, and we couldn't get out of the ship. We were hiding in different places, and it kept getting drugged further and further and further and further down. And then it was getting quieter and quieter and quieter. And then I just grabbed hold of a branch and held on, and the rest of the ship just kept going down with whatever it was.
Not many.
I want to snap and like call over one of the crew
Mhm.
and assign them to like document his story. Essentially, like get a full reporting of all the details.
Yeah.
And Paul, what was your role on the Danzig?
Oh, I was a navigator.
Oh, right.
Hi, friend.
So
Can never have too many of those.
Yeah.
So
I
we're
don't know
gonna
if I'm that
get
good at it
you.
anymore.
We're
Oh,
gonna
that's
get
okay.
you taken care of. We're gonna tend to your wounds, make sure that you're fed, make sure that you're warm, and we'll figure out what to do from there. But you are safe now, all right? Now, if you notice any of the trigger signs that you noticed before this whole thing occurred, I want you to make sure you let Drake know, okay? This is Drake, by the way. He is also our navigator. You two can work in tandem. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Do y'all have
You're
any size
safe.
10 boots?
It's
I'm
10.
sure we can make
We
something
can-
happen.
We can make something.
Their poor, like, cold foot. They're like, okay.
The rest of the crew is just like standing there gawking, and Drake will be like, "Hey, everybody, back to work! Like, nothing to see here. Like, it's time to get going." You know, like,
I think as you guys are taking care of that, taking care of Paul,
Mm-hmm.
I think you see Dredgen start wandering back to the front of the ship, and as he's wandering, he's saying to himself, "Oh, that which hungers, unseen and dire, a curse in the sea, a funeral pyre." Not many people make it out of that, Paul. Good job.
You heard it too.
I hear it a lot.
I thought I was going crazy. I didn't want to say anything.
You're not crazy. Well, you're not any more crazy as any of us who come out here on this thing.
Yeah. Definitely not. I'm not feeling right anymore. But yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Nobody deserves that fate.
With that, we will put a close to this adventure of the Wildsea. And we will open up next time to somehow have a uplifting Christmassy episode while you are on
Somehow.
a port that is full of murderers and thieves, and you have to deal with the worst
my
of them all
gosh.
because
We're going to
Sounds like
teach
regular
them.
Christmas to me.
We're going to teach them the power of charity
yes.
and fellowship.
Oh,
it's the
please.
most wonderful time of the year. It's the one time everybody lays down their arms. It's like the
Unless
opposite
you're
of.
Krampus.
Yeah,
Unless
it's
you
like the
are
opposite of what's it
party.
called? That the movie where everybody can murder and do whatever they want
The
for
Purge.
free.
The
There we go,
Purge.
The
friend.
Purge.
It's the
the
Christmas
opposite
purge.
of the Purge.
No, it is
Yeah,
the purge. It's
it's-
the Christmas purge.
Okay, good.
Okay, let's see. What was her name? Where is it? Ari something. She is scary. The Queen's
Oh,
ex.
hang on. It is. I've got that written down. I know I do. Kari Bladesong.
There it
the
is. Blade
circus champion.
Song. Yes.
In
So.
Spite Harbor.
Should be fun.
It's my home.
Oh boy. But we will be back for that in December, as this was our last one for this month because we got travel and such, y'all. But thank you, everybody. I'm glad we got to end in some sort of little of a slight upbeat moment there, or at least resolution. I'll go over when we hang up what y'all's little scales are. But until then, let's go around. We'll do the same order just because that's what I see, and tell everybody who you are, what you got going, and your character's favorite thing to do for the holidays. Easy.
So, hi again. Name's Casey. Played Dredgen today. You can find me at Tabletop Trucking, IN, at 78 at Instagram. No TikTok is available right now, though it's still up. I'm here running Mass Effect. I'm here doing Cyberpunk and basically get in and Marvel and all of the games. So get in where I fit in. And what's my favorite? What my character does for the holiday? I know. He makes Christmas ornaments and then hangs them in his head. He changes up his dreadlocks and he hangs and he spreads them out and he hangs the Christmas ornaments and then his energy is the lights.
I love it. Let's then go over to Gavin.
Hi, I'm Gavin. You can also find me on Mass Effect on here as well. And that's it. And then I think Quario's favorite thing to do is have a TV screen on. Just so happens to put on just random things that happen to be Christmas movies, though that's not on purpose. And then also loves wrapping gifts very poorly.
Yes.
You've got so many fingies. It's hard.
Too many fingies.
Too many fingies.
Too many fingies. When you're trying to wrap and there's like different angles going on, it's not great.
Bad dexterity. Let's go over to Nyx.
Hi, I'm Nyx, or Resonant Moon, or whatever you decide to call me. Just be nice about it. Your friendly NB variety streamer. And I stream here on Twitch mostly, under Resonant Moon. I've been doing a lot of art lately, but I'm also getting ready for the holiday markets. So there's going to be a lot more crochet, like this fabulous hat. Oh, I love this hat so much. And so, yeah, if you want to talk to me about commissions for the holidays, you can find me on there, or Fibermancers for Hire on Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. Do I have anything else going on? No, it's just a bunch of pop-up markets. So if you are in the Blue Ridge Mountain area of Virginia, keep a lookout on my socials. I will be posting where we will be doing pop-ups.
Cool.
Yeah. Then go over to Holly.
Hey, I'm OMG Holly D everywhere, and you can find me here tomorrow night playing Die as your dictator, which I am loving. And then Sunday you can see me GM for Lost Caravans Recall Charity stream week. It is the last day. I am the next to last episode. I'm doing Call of Cthulhu, and it's going to be a weirdo time. Let's go. And I would say Ruby's traditions are probably things like they would be probably more in the pagan realm of things like wreaths and giving homemade gifts to people that she loves. And we're gonna throw in some things like latkes in there, like she's not
Latkes are
good.
delicious,
Yeah, she's not good. She's not good at making them. She just makes them anyways. And you know, that would be the things that she enjoys the most, like gift giving, and her gifts are very specific, almost to the point though sometimes that people are like, what? And she's like, no, let me tell you about this one time that you mentioned you liked XYZ. Like,
Yeah.
and so yeah, that's her favorite thing.
Love it. Matt.
Hi, I'm Matt. Can't really find me anywhere. I'm not really playing a lot of else at the moment. But you can find me on Instagram or whatever, one of two handles, either SoCalibear or Mac and Boss. Yeah, I played Drake, the Navigator. His favorite thing is 100% decorating, especially because he can control the lights.
It's like
And so it's all about like putting the lights in super crazy places and like, you know, making sure like making shapes or whatever with them, like whole 9 yards. All about the lights, and kind of leans into like from that like the navigation perspective, right? Like think like the lighthouse kind of a deal. Like that's where he gets that joy from. Is
Yeah.
like being that guide in the dark time. So yeah, that's his vibe.
Biscuit is in like
Kitty.
some sort of trance. I've just been petting her back right here. She's just like and not moving. Are you okay?
Nope.
You good?
Oh,
Can y'all see his face?
once again, I forgot the. I can see the face, but I forgot the prompt.
Yes.
Indy's favorite thing is taking care of the leftovers, because you know leftover turkey carcass is delicious.
I don't know what's up with Biscuit.
I'm
You're
so slow. It took me a minute to realize like mushroom person leftovers. Like yeah.
Yes.
Super
He's
clever.
so cute, Matt.
He's so pretty.
Hey, I got there eventually.
Anyway, hello. I will wrap it all up. I am Taylor or at Potato or underscore Potato if that's your thing. I think I'm trying to figure out who to raid, but everyone I'm seeing is ending. Oh, Trooper SJP is not. So I'm Taylor at underscore Potato on the site we don't care about anymore, or without the underscores on the others. I have been your Firefly. So cute. I play everybody else, and their holiday traditions or whatever my characters decide, as I am just a
What's
pawn
the,
in their world.
What's the dragon
What's
Tia?
Tia? What's
Oh
Tia's
my God.
thing?
Tia's thing?
Yeah, she definitely has like quite a few scales that are like specifically jolly memories that she just like hoards, and just every once in a while just like it's like a little like minty hot cocoa. Just someone's like first Christmas, you know. But you can find me tomorrow over on Die RPG as well, right here on High Shelf Collective, as well as Tuesday for the premiere of Rage Across Dallas. I just want to say Rage Against, which is our Werewolf 5e ran by David, which will be kicking off, as well as Mass Effect. Then not a lot of anything until the end of the month, and then you can find me at playing Lancer on Lost Caravan on Tuesdays opposite a werewolf. We are maybe doing the finale. I think is this the last Tuesday of this month, as well as there was something else. I don't remember what it was. What else do I have at the end of the month? Oh no,
This
that's
month or next
Mondays.
month?
Sorry, Monday is Lancer. I had Orbital Blues in my head, which was Tuesday. Monday
Yeah,
is
nope.
Lancer. Be back here for Werewolf, and then PAX U. Anyone's going to be there. We'll be doing that, and then the charity stuff will be kicking off in December, raising money for Elevated Access. You can also, wherever you listen to your podcast, listen to Bloom and Blight, y'all. It is a Girl by Moonlight podcast that I am the game master for. It has a beautiful cast. I think there's like 5 or 6 episodes out currently, plus a couple of garden clubs. It is very good. I am biased, but it is. We are now going to raid over to Trooper SJP's channel. They are playing, can't tell what it is, but it looks like a beautiful overlay, and I'm very excited for that. If any of y'all watched our Ascension anthology, they were in book 2, read by the wonderful Wandering GM. So let's go give them some love. Let them, let's see what they are up to. But up. I gotta hit the raid now button. Okay, everybody wave and say goodbye. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful holiday if you are.
Goodbye.
May all your rolls be grids.
Have a wonderful couple of weeks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye.
Bye now.
Goodbye.